Is the video not? Of course. Here we go.
Yeah! Monsters of the Midway, we back in the game! Players rising up, hit a roar, feel the flames! Yo! Monsters of the Midway, we back in the game! Van Johnson leading, bad packet formation, taking over the noise, feel the domination. Lost to the Packers, but now we ain't done. We rise from the ashes like the blazing sun. Cold winds blowing, we ain't scared, we thrive. Caleb's launching bombs, watch those rockets fly. 300 yards deep, in that they get degrees. Ain't nothing but a challenge, we do it with ease. Monsters of the Midway, ready to attack. Bears on the hunt, ain't no turning back. We whip the Browns, take them down like a pro. Next week on the Rivals, we steal the show. Rock. Monsters of the Midway, we steal the show. Monsters of the Midway. I got my cheese grater reppin' on my gear. Watch me scream, blow, back, blow, let them hear. At the throne we stand tall, trust in the grind. Bears take revenge, leave those Packers behind. Packers think they tough, but they can't handle the heat. We storm like a thunder, they can't take the defeat. All my boys in blue, warriors all around. When the game starts, feel the rage hit the ground. Monsters of the Midway, ready to attack. Bears on the hunt, ain't no turning back. We whip the Browns, take them down like a pro. Next week on the Rivals, we steal the show. Battling hard, feel the fire ignite. Ben brings the strength, Caleb wins uptight. We dominate this field, raise a bear light. Mike the Bear fan got the final word. We coming back stronger, can't be deterred. Monsters of the Midway, you know we don't play. Get ready for battle, it's our game day. Monsters, we back. Yeah, Monsters of the Midway. Monsters, we back. Yeah, Monsters of the Midway. Monsters of the Midway, ready to attack. Bears on the hunt, ain't no turning back. We whip the Browns, take them down like a pro. Next week on the Rivals, we steal the show. Good better pass! Good better pass! Never let it rest! Never let it rest! Good gets better! And you better get better! And you better get better! Bears on three, one comes right.
And good evening. Welcome to the Wednesday night edition of Halas Hall Report. And of course, with me as normal is Woody. Good evening, Woody. How you doing?
Good evening. Hanging in there. How are you?
Yeah, kind of going through the week. It's like, wow, it's Wednesday already. We're halfway to game day, and we still have a game day because we're still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and there's our favorite Jack Wagon. Good evening, Jack Wagon.
What's up?
Yinzer in the
Yinzer.
house. You know, I love how the Bears win the game. The whole story is about the Packers.
Yeah, because that's what they expected is to win. So now they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah, and today was, Matt LaFleur is going to get traded. Okay, sure. Spent a whole hour on that this morning on the morning show, and at the end of it, I'm like, we got teams that are still in the playoffs. Like, whether LaFleur gets traded or not, I really don't care in a way. I'm like, if they want to be stupid, be stupid. I mean, if they think someone's going to trade for a guy who a lot of people thought they would fire, cool. I mean, there are enough good coaches out there right now that, they don't have to trade for LaFleur to get a good coach. In fact, the guy who Miami fired is probably almost a carbon copy of LaFleur. He comes from the same tree, has the same style of offense.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, Packer fans want to make it about the Packers. No, the Bears didn't do anything. The Packers just choked. Well, you choked, but the Bears still had to pull off some plays.
Yes, they did. They had a 25-point fourth quarter. It's not just a total downfall. They had to work for it.
Well, now the now infamous Air Jordan Caleb pass to Rome. I mean, that was, he doesn't make that pass, game over. Green Bay wins. That's a whole different narrative.
Yeah, there's a lot of plays that led up to that. For example, the Reed drop, the Watson drop in the end zone at the end there.
Yep.
But we still had to work for it.
And in reality, that last throw from Love should have been picked off. as well. I mean, we had
Yeah,
our hands
Tyler
on him.
Gordon. That's why I guess the DBs are back there because they're not receivers.
Yeah. So I mean, it just yeah, and of course for this week's game we're underdogs, 3.5 point
Yep.
dogs for Sunday.
Yep.
Um, at home, the number 2 seed, 3.5 point dogs, the lowest seed left in the playoffs. Got it. Um, I don't know. I just it,
Hello, Nettie. Bear down.
hey, hello, Nettie. Bear down.
I was thinking about this, Ken. You know when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah,
Remember,
they
they
were
were
on a
underdog.
losing.
They were on an underdog every game in the playoffs. And look what happened.
Well, we were the underdog the whole year except for what, maybe 2 games.
2 games. Yep.
I mean, so it's like if you bet against Vegas this year, you made a lot of money. So keep doing it.
Yep.
Um, for me, before the year started, I'm like 7-10, dark horse, got laughed at for it, whatever. We end up winning the division. Then it's like, well, it's the Packers. We can beat the Packers. We were 1-on-1 in the Packers. Yeah, we can win this game. And now it's like, you know what? There's not a team in the NFC we can't beat, in my estimation. We have a legitimate shot against any team in the NFC. I'm like, this is real. Like, we could end up in the Super Bowl. Oh, you're crazy to think you could end up in the Super Bowl. Really? Why? I have a 25% chance. I'm one of 4 teams remaining. How is it impossible to think the Bears get to the Super Bowl? Well, Packer fans. Well, Caleb hasn't been there and blah, 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 blah. Really? And so how much experience does Jordan Love have? And you're like, we're going to the Super Bowl. How much experiences does your wonderful head coach have of winning NFC championship games? Oh, none. It's like, really? Well, they're not Super Bowl ready. Well, what is Super Bowl ready? I mean, there's always an excuse people throw up why the Bears can't be this or why we can't win a game. I'm just sick of it. It's like, look what's in front of you. 7 times this year, they've come down in the fourth quarter, been down by a score or 2 or even 3, and come back and won.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good theory because '06 will have been 21, but yeah, and then now this is 20 years later. God, it's been that long. We're old. Um, that's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, no one had it, and like we've been doubted, chastised, told we can't win, and then when we do win, oh well, we choked. You didn't really win. It's a fluke.
Uh,
Really? I mean, come on. I'm at that point. I'm like, come on. Like Ben Johnson. I saw a video today, which kind of like, ooh, I need to change how I watch football a little bit. This guy, what he broke down the game-winning touchdown to DJ Moore and how it took Ben Johnson an entire game to set up this one play. So the
huh.
formation they were in was a formation they had used earlier in the game, which netted them an 11-yard gain and a first down. Trips left, right? 2 receivers break, one comes back, the screen pass, and went to Luther Burden. Luther Burden ran for, caught the ball, ran for 11 yards. Then they ran a different version of it later in the game. Same kind of thing, but they didn't make the throw, it ended up being a handoff or something like that. Then when they come to the touchdown, same exact formation when Luther Burden caught the ball, and the Bears had run a bunch of other little screen passes. Luther Burden takes 3 steps forward, then jumps back, and he sucks in the defenders, like because they're thinking, "Oh, we saw this before." And Luther went for 11. DJ went free, wide open for the touchdown. That's the level that Ben Johnson thinks at. He's setting you up in the first quarter for a play he's going to run in the fourth.
Do you think he has that in the playbook saying, okay, winning touchdown play?
I think he does. On some level, I think he does because like this guy now that how I just broke it down was even more simplistic than that guy did. But he showed like that first play, then 2 or 3 other screen passes that the Bears ran, and showed how the formation looked. And then the DJ was the exact same formation as the pass they ran earlier that was a screen to Luther Burden. And Luther Burden was going to be the screen guy again, and he got the defense to bite. I mean, if he runs that play in the third quarter, maybe he can't use it in the fourth. I think he is playing 4D chess. He is running plays in the first and second quarter to set you up for the fourth quarter. So you think, oh, we've seen this. They've been running a lot of screen plays. There's no way they're going to go deep. We can we're going to bite, and then boom, DJ gets open, or Luther gets open, or the tight end who's been used as blocking and no one's paying attention to. All of a sudden, is a receiver and open downfield. Ben is setting people up in the first half for the third and fourth. So sometimes when we're thinking, oh, the Bears are not getting a fast start. No, Ben is setting them up for later in the game. And I think Ben looks at it two ways. I think he looks at, like, if we can get like the San Francisco game and we're getting success on drive one, drive two, and we're being able to drive the ball and these plays are working, right? And I score and we get the fast start, good. So it's a double plan. But if it isn't working and we're not getting, maybe we're settling for field goals or this and that, the plan still works for him. He's not getting the desired 7 points out the jump, but he's setting himself up to get the 7 points later in the game. It's interesting how he's doing it, but he's layering it out where he shows you lots of screens and I'm doing a lot of this, and then he completely turns it upside down in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's getting kind of crunch time though when you're down 21-6 going into the third quarter.
Yeah.
But just the all around, not just the offense, but the defense kicked it in high gear beginning of that second half. I mean, they had what, 3 3-and-outs in a row and 1-5 with a punt.
They made the adjustments. They made adjustments to what the Packers were doing. And the Packers, look, when you have the lead going in at halftime, you're up by 3 scores. What are you adjusting on? If you're the Packers, what kind of adjustments can you make at halftime? Because Packers, we failed to make adjustments. Well, what are you going to adjust on? Every possession's a touchdown. What kind of adjustments are you making to that? It's working. Why are you changing it? Right? I mean, what kind of adjustment? And defensively, you're not giving up touchdowns. Once again, what adjustments are you making to what the Bears are doing? The Bears have when you're up by that much at half, it's almost a disadvantage because the Bears have all kinds of stuff they can make adjustments on. What are you going to adjust to? You have to wait for the Bears adjustments and then hope you can make your in-game adjustments fast enough to counter their adjustments. Green Bay, for the most part, was not able to do that. Yeah, they got a touchdown. They did make some adjustments. The golden touchdown was proof of that, right? But they couldn't make enough adjustments defensively to stop what Ben was setting them up for.
Well, hopefully after that golden touchdown, the Bears are learning how to tackle because he went through 4 players.
Yeah,
and Golden is not a big guy.
No, and that was the best game of the year.
And I said this on the huddle before I was on theirs, and I was like, listen, I heard all these Packers fans saying, oh, Matthew Golden's the real deal, blah, blah, blah. Dude, he has 1 touchdown the whole year.
Yeah.
Come on.
He's a Packer. So to them, he's all pro, better than anyone we've got on our roster. He's better than Rome, better than Luther, better than everyone else. Packer fans, just like they were the best of the worst for so long, they think that they have a God complex. I'm like, I'm sorry, Packers. The guard is changing. Wake up and smell the Java. Since Caleb Williams has come to town, you're 2-3 against the Bears. Since Ben Johnson's come to town, you're 1-2 against the Bears. Since Jordan Love has taken over as quarterback, you have 0 division championships. You have 1 playoff win. In Caleb's first year with Ben Johnson, the Bears not only have a division championship, but a playoff win against you. Wake up, Green Bay. You're not the best team in the division. You haven't been the best team in the division for a few years now. Stop acting like you are. You're not. Not even close. They're a solid football team. I can give them that much credit. They're solid. They got some good players on that team, but they're not the best, and they're a hard out. Give them credit. They fight you tooth and nail. But these guys still talk like they've won like 50 fucking Super Bowls. Like, I'm sorry. And since the 1980 season, the division's won 3 Super Bowls. 1 in Chicago, 2 in Green Bay. In 45 years, this division's won 3 Super Bowls, and we went to 2 other Super Bowls that we lost, one for Green Bay and one for Chicago. And
Yep.
Green Bay sits there talking like they're king shit. Like, dude, things are changing. Yeah, the
Yep.
queso has gone bad. Snoop, you're right. And they are living in the past when they were the
Yes,
best
they
of the
are.
worst.
But when we say stuff about the past, which I hardly do,
Right.
they say
Oh,
stop living in the past.
oh, gotta bring up 85 again. Oh,
Yep.
bring up 85. I brought up 85 one time this year during the season because it was relevant, right? Because this year was the first year since 1985 that we had 2 guys get 100 yards rushing in one game.
Yep.
Oh, there you go, bringing up 85 again. Because it was relevant. I'm just sick of the look, and we go to this Sunday's game, which is at what? Weird time, first off, 5:30 on a Sunday. It should be at
Yep.
7:30. Keep it at the normal NBC time, but whatever. The weather's gonna be shit. We're getting Matt Stafford, West Coast team. You know, you always hear that argument. Oh, well, LA going to Chicago in January, not good for them because LA, Chicago, weather. Oh, but wait, Stafford, that's going to mitigate it because Stafford and Devontae have played in cold weather. Yes for Devontae, no for Stafford. Stafford was a dome quarterback who might on any given season have to play a game or two in inclement weather outside. And his success was not that great in the outdoors against Chicago and Green Bay when he was in Detroit.
Yep.
So the Bears are in this, but yeah, we're the underdogs who should be lucky to be there. And it was a fluke. And next year we're back in the basement, according to Packer fans.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck up, Packer fans. Jeez. Oh my God! But your coach said, "Fuck the Packers. I hate them fuckers." And oh, that's so disgraceful. What great sportsmanship from the same guys who said, Aaron said he owns you and did the discount double check. Jesus. So that's how my week's going, Woody.
Yep. Yeah. And then if some reason we do lose against the Rams this weekend, the Packers fans say, "Hey, you guys suck again.
Yeah.
You guys lost." But whatever.
This is a winnable game. It hasn't. It's interesting. The NFC right now is the NFC West and the Chicago Bears. That's what's left in the NFC. After this week, it'll be the Chicago Bears and one team from the NFC West, and that game should be, I'm hoping, will be a game in Chicago and a rematch of Week 17.
Oof.
I think San Francisco, Chicago in Chicago is a great NFC Championship game. It's a rematch that was, set an NFL record for the regular season. Tied at 7, tied at 14, tied at 21, tied at 28, tied at 35. It was a classic down to the last play shootout, but this time in our house. Yeah, Ben Johnson better hate the Packers, And that's what he said.
That's what he said.
I loved his press conference. They asked him about it like it was some big, huge deal. And he's like, it's a rivalry. Like, what, you want me to send them roses?
Yeah.
Do you think Packer fans have done that with us? Hell no. They've mocked us. They tell us we're delusional. We think we could win any game. Oh, the Bears, they're the worst team ever in football with the most Hall of Famers. Okay. Woody, after this game against Green Bay and the way this team has played all year, and every time you tell this team they can't do something, they seem to respond with, in my case, Mountain Dew. And they go out and they do it. And now everyone's saying, oh, you can't beat the Rams. You're the number 2 seed playing a home game in January against LA. You can't beat them at home and with wind chills in the below 0 range. There's no way you can beat them. They're too talented.
Well, they had to come back against Carolina on their turf, on Carolina's turf. So it was nice and sunny down there.
And they were two score favorites in that game and had to they barely escaped. They had the last minute heroics, right? To win that game. Look, I respect Stafford. He can do things. I remember that game in Tampa a couple years ago, and I was like, wow, what a game. I'm sorry. I'm not going to discount my Bears. you keep telling us we can't win. We're going to win. We're going to win. Yeah, I mean, Netty's got it right. They struggled. I mean, the Bears struggled in our game in the first half, then came out in the second half and kicked their ass. That game was 2 games. In game 1, Green Bay kicked our ass. In game 2, we kicked their ass. We kicked their ass worse than they kicked our ass, so we won the game.
Yep.
We came out with 2 injuries, which, as bad as they are, right, isn't that bad, Woody?
No, DeMarco Jackson, he's all over the field. He got NFC Defensive Player of the Week one week. I think honestly, the Ozzie injury is worse for our team than the TJ Edwards injury is. I know we have Benedict come in, but DeMarco Jackson, the way he's, besides that hurdle in the first Green Bay game, they got a 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. He's been playing awesome.
Well, look, I think that's when you look at the backups, if we were going to take injuries, those were the 2 positions where we could actually afford an injury, because we have a linebacker come in who was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week for a week and played really good ball. We got a left tackle who was the starting left tackle when the Bears started their win streak for 5 games. Yep. And he went down to injury, and then Ozzie came in. They just stuck with the Ozzie because he was the hot hand. And, the backup this week should, God forbid, Theo Benedict get hurt again, is a guy who started at left tackles, Braxton Jones, who started for 3 years at the position and wasn't terrible. He wasn't great, but he was good enough. And I think is much better with the rest of this offensive line than he was last year. If he could play like he did 2 years ago or his rookie year, great. So we have backups like that actually in those 2 position groups. Like, okay, it's not as bad as, let's say, Kittle going down for San Francisco.
Right.
Like, well, yeah, but now that they're out, and look at Edwards, how many games did he miss this year?
Ooh, he missed the first half of the season, I felt like.
Edmonds and Edwards both, I think they only played like 5 games together the whole year. One or the other was hurt. We're used to it. Left tackle, we've had 3 different starting left tackles this year. 3 different starting left tackles this year. Been used to it. If there was something to get hurt, those were the 2 position groups. We're deep. Now, if it had been Darnell Wright, I'd be a lot more worried.
Right.
If it had been Tooney, a lot more worried. If it had been Marty, I always want to call him Marty.
Marty Booker, huh?
I know. Wow. If it had been Austin Booker, I'd be more worried. Right? If it had been Montez, I'd be more worried. If, God forbid, I don't know if Gardner Johnson, because I haven't seen an injury report yet. I think he'll be back this week. He should be off concussion. But if Spider-Man went down again and Gardner Johnson's not coming back, I'd be more worried. If Jalen Johnson, we were without him for most of the year, so we still have Tyreek Stevenson, but you see what I'm saying, though? Some other position groups, I might be a little more worried. If, God forbid, Sweat went down and now Roshan Johnson is going to be part of a 2-headed monster, I'm a little more worried.
And it's usually the other way around. If we have offensive line injuries, we're fucked. And if it's defense, we have depth. Well, it's total opposite now.
And look at the Rams' defense isn't great. The Bears' offense is high powered. The defense, it's a tale of 2 different teams, depending on who's in. We held the 49ers pretty good, obviously, in the second half. And look at, I'll give the Niners credit. They adjusted well to losing Kittle in that game.
They beat us without Kittle.
Yeah. Yeah, Kittle wasn't in that game. Yeah.
No.
I'll say this, though. The Bears with Kyle Gordon in it are a much different football team than without Kyle Gordon.
Yeah, it took him a little slow start. He's been getting turned around. He got, burnt. But that second half, I mean, he was tackling. I mean, granted, he should have intercepted Jordan Love at that last play to put the cherry on top. But, that's why they're putting the defensive backfield.
his snap count in the first half was kind of low. Woody, did you notice that?
Yes.
They were
I'm telling
easing him into the game.
I'm telling you, I don't want to see McLeod on this field again.
So in
I
that
really
play when
don't.
McLeod got burned, I was like, oh well, heck, why is I'm like the first person I thought of, like, oh, Woody's gonna be pissed.
I fucking hate McLeod, man. He's terrible.
But Gordon didn't play a lot of the first half. McLeod played more of it than Gordon did. I think we'll see more of Gordon in this game against the Rams. Um,
Yep.
I'm still just like, Woody. You and I have been cautious this year. We've both been around long enough. We've seen collapses. We've seen our hopes get smashed. We've seen what looked good on paper when the season started turn into Mapletron. You
Mhm.
know, we've seen that, but now it's like you're going. You know what? This team is legit. This quarterback is legit.
What's up, Barry?
What's up, Barry? One of the few Packer fans, by the way, Barry, who's not sitting there making all the excuses. Give
Yeah,
him,
no.
give Barry some credit. Yeah, McLeod was out
Oh,
there a lot in the first half. Look I get it. They got kind of get Kyler Gordon warmed into it, right? So he didn't re-injure himself. So hopefully we see him full game this time. Um, I don't see. I'm trying to think of why the Bears can't win this game. The only thing I can think of, the hardest thing for the Bears, defensively, you can't give Matt Stafford a ton of time.
nope.
You've got to pressure. Now their O line is pretty decent, not as good as ours, and we could probably, and I think we might be able to get to Stafford some.
Well, that was one of my players of the game. Let me tell you, this interior defensive line against the Packers, they could not run on us like anything. We stopped the run. We couldn't stop Jacobs the first game. He had a pretty good second game, but the playoff game, it's like even the first half, you couldn't do shit. Um, that's probably why they put him on kickoff returns to get him, running. But anyway, hats off to our interior defensive line stopping the run.
Yeah, they did well, and one of my unsung heroes, of course, was Booker because he's getting pressure. He's
Whew.
making guys move, and
Oh
and
yeah.
Montez Sweat's been playing really good in the second half of the year. Um, God, Zuffers. And Nettie, I've been going to games since well, put this way, I was at games in '85, so I know what you mean. Um,
I was 9, but still watching.
yeah, I'm starting to believe I'm having that feeling like I did in '06 and in '85, where it's like this team can get to the Super Bowl. This team can get to a Super Bowl. Imagine that. I mean, right now I don't even know what you call it. We were playing with house money. We're beyond house money now. Whatever that is where we're at. Like we done took all the house's money. I don't know whose money we're playing with now, but we're playing with it.
Yep.
I mean, if we had for some weird reason lost on last Saturday, you know what? We would have been bummed, but we'd be like, it was a hell of a season. That's where we're at. We are in the bonus round for sure. You knew once. What'd you know once you got Ben that we'd go to the Super Bowl this year, or have a shot at the Super Bowl this year? Let me say it that way, as to not get Packer fans go, "Oh my God, you're delusional to think you might get to the Super Bowl." Oh, there you go, Nettie.
Well, my first Bear game is when I was 5 years old against the Jets. I said, Dad, whoever wins this game, I'll like the rest of my life. We won 21-0. Bam. Could be worse. I could be a Jets fan right now.
God,
But
I love this argument, but you don't have enough postseason experience. And
so Stafford,
Stafford had how many postseason wins before he went to the Rams?
none. With Detroit?
The last time the Rams had gone to a Super Bowl was Kurt Warner,
Right.
right? Before. So I mean, okay, Orlando said he knew we'd go to the playoffs because we got Ben. Okay.
Hey, the last two home, I know it's a different season, it's playoffs, but the last two times Rams came to Chicago. We beat them.
Hey, Eric's playing. We're playing with Green Bay's money now. I like that answer. That's a good answer.
That's great.
Yeah, see, Netty's been around. Netty's feeling it. You know, oh, but you've predicted this every year since 2009. Well, maybe Netty's been saying it so long. She's like, I got to be right eventually.
Yeah, absolutely.
Won't make it there this year. Go Hawks. That'll be a
Wow.
good game. If it ends up being a Bears Seahawks NFC
Oof.
Championship, that'll be a good game too.
That's like the 06, but it's in Seattle.
Yeah, it'd be in Seattle. Yeah, I mean that would
I
be because
I don't know.
that's a game the Bears can win too. I mean, look, it was but they have a great defense. We have a really good offense. Oh, but they're great against the run. So were the Eagles when we played them. And what happened after that? Oh, but Darnold. I'm waiting on the Sam Darnold meltdown. Everyone
Yep.
else is.
Seattle's better on the road this year.
Yep.
They're at home.
I like the 20-year theory that Nettie has, though. Like 85, 06. Yep. Okay, we're in the window. We get a Super Bowl appearance. I like that theory, Nettie. I'm gonna roll with that one too. I like that one. I kind of had thought about that, and this is the 40th anniversary. So what about a Bears New England rematch?
Yeah, me and my colleague were talking at work today. He's a big Patriot fan. He's like, would the league be fixed if that would happen? 40 years exactly later? I'm like, it's a good point. I have no idea.
What is it? I mean, and I like this is another good. Oh, well, they can't make it because they haven't put a full game together yet. It's like saying, well, the Bears won't make it because they don't have a 4,000-yard passer. I mean, I get the argument, Orlando. I really do. I get the sentiment of your argument. But
imagine if the Bears would play a full game, as people say.
Yeah. I mean, and look at Orlando. That tells me one thing. Not only are the Bears winning without putting a full game together, and they've gotten this far to be one of the last 8 teams left standing in the NFL, with a 25% chance of getting into the Super Bowl at this point, a 50-50 chance of getting to the NFC Championship game, right? Could you imagine? I'm getting there with you. Can you imagine what it's going to look like if they do put it together for a full season like that? You're going to be talking about one of the greatest teams in NFL history if that were to happen. That's scary to think about.
Well, Ken, look what happens when we do play a full game. We played a full game against San Francisco and we lost. So we might as well keep it going and we come back in the second half.
Offensively, we did. Defensively, we didn't.
Oh,
That's
no.
what he's kind of getting to. So he's saying, okay, he's clarifying. He's like, I'm even more worried. You're like, Orlando, imagine if the Bears do get to a Super Bowl and they're not putting together complete games yet. Imagine if the Bears win the Super Bowl and they don't have a quote-unquote complete game on the season.
Well, Orlando, what is your team, Orlando? You said you're worried about next year already.
Isn't he
What's up, Clark? How you doing?
What's up, Clark? I want to say a Vikings fan, if I remember correctly.
Well, I think they would have a lot more to worry than us next year.
We don't have a ton of cap space next year, but that can change.
Lions. All right, Lions fan. Well,
Lions
congratulations on sweeping us this year.
Yeah.
You guys really screwed our point differential up on that week too. Thank you.
But you know what though? That Lions game is what I turn to and
Grace?
Say, hey, what's up, Grace? When people talk about the Seattle game, like just look at the Bears Lions game in week 18. Division rivals.
Game, Ken. Don't bring
last time it doesn't matter.
Don't bring that fucking game up, Ken, please.
I know, but I mean, in terms of like people go, oh, well, San Francisco doesn't have a chance against Seattle. Why? Well, they won the division. Okay. It's a division game. Like anything could happen. I don't care if you're the worst team in football and they're the best. The worst team in football can beat you if it's a division game. It happens all the time. How many times do we even see it this year where the last place team in division beat the first place team in the division?
Division. But you got, for example, you got the Cleveland beating Pittsburgh a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now, division games are, I believe, I always say this. The first place team could be 6-0. That last place team could be 0-16, and they can always win. Plain and simple.
And to me, I think the hardest game in the playoffs for us was going to be the Packers because of how well they know us. And we came out of that game victorious. Last night on Over the Top, Driving to the Top, open mic, it was said whoever wins this game on Sunday between the Bears and the Rams is who they think is going to be the representative for the NFC in the championship in the Super Bowl.
Oof. Oof. That's steep. It could be.
It is.
But that's steep.
And there are some people who are starting to believe in this Chicago team, which is unfathomable for us to think of because we're so used to no one believing in us. I mean, Vegas obviously still doesn't.
Nope. Yeah, they
Yeah,
look
Vinny,
tough.
the
Vinny, I
Seahawks
know.
look tough, but they're beatable. They're beatable.
Oh, man.
There isn't
Well,
there isn't a team left in the NFC that the Bears can't beat.
And it's going to be tough. I know it's like us. We beat, Green Bay, twice in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Seattle just played San Francisco 2 weeks ago. It's going to be tough, but it's fresh in your mind how to beat them. So that's going to be a good game. See how San Francisco fares out without Kittle. Seattle's better on the road. It's going to be a toss-up in Seattle.
Trying to keep up with the comments, guys. Yeah, I mean, any given Sunday, every team is beatable.
Yeah.
I mean, that being a divisional game with them just playing like this is their second game in 3 weeks. The last one was in Seattle, and that was a good game. I think this is what's funny is go ahead.
It's amazing though how towards the middle of the season, end of the season, NFC North was going to be the best division. Well, NFC South got 3 teams, and we're the only other team in the
NFC
playoffs
West.
in the NFC. Yep.
Yeah,
I mean West. I mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, and some people say, "Oh, well, the schedule," and I'm like,
"Oh God."
Between I hate like the schedule argument. I hate it, and I like it.
New
I hate
England.
it when you're talking about teams within the division. So there are some Lions fans. We're going to be, we'll have a favorable schedule because we'll have a last place schedule. Dude, you're going to have 3 games different than Chicago. That's it. So next year, we don't play like for the NFC West next year. We'll get the Seahawks. You'll get Arizona. That's one of the games that's going to be different. Who knows? Arizona could have a complete turnaround, be the class of the division next year, right? The other one will be in the NFC East. You'll get whoever the last place team was. We'll get Philadelphia or whatever.
China's, but we did get
right? Yeah, they'll get the China, right? So I mean,
we are playing the Saints though.
Yeah, we all play the Saints,
right?
Because I think we got the South. So yeah, our last game was in San Francisco for them. Okay, my bad. I thought it was in Seattle. But point being, in the division, I don't buy that strength of schedule stuff as much because you're talking about a 3-game difference, and then like the rando game, like this year our rando game was like the Raiders, and theirs was like some other team. The rando game, so you got maybe a 3-game difference. But when you're talking divisions, like we played the East this year, they played with say the South, right? I mean, okay, I can see differences there. Right, and same with the AFC division you play.
I hope you're right, Barry.
So, yeah.
That's the only way we'll get a home game in a divisional game or the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, if the Niners win and the Bears win, the NFC Championship game is in Chicago. Yeah, so Saints and Falcons both looked a lot better at the end of the season. And was it the Falcons who went in there and beat the Rams last game of the season?
Yep. They rested some of their starters, and stuff like that. But to change teams, I mean, the reason why Atlanta was so good is because they used Kyle Pitts tremendously this year. The first couple of years, they did not use him. This year, they used him, and look what happens.
So, I mean, I don't buy strength of schedule in terms of in the division as much, but outside of the division, okay, I understand it a little bit more. If you play a division where the whole division's crap, I get it. It's an advantage. Look at the NFC North, only division where all 4 teams had a winning record. So it's a good division. We just beat each other up a lot. And that's the other thing. We didn't have an Arizona to whip on. I mean, the Bears win the division with a 2-4 record within the division. It's a good
Yeah.
division. Yeah, Pitts was bad for fantasy.
I don't know. He got me 45 points in 1 week. I think they're using him a lot better. I know it's just 1 week, but he's better than the past years.
So, I mean, obviously Sunday morning we're going to do pregame. We're really going to talk a lot more about this game Sunday. But for me, I'm just kind of like a little irked right now because it's all about how the Bears don't have a shot, how the Bears can't win, how everyone's talking like it's already the game's going to be LA Seattle. Like, really, the Niners and Bears have still something to say about that. Oh well, the Packers are more important to talk about than the Bears right now. No, they're not. They're going to Cancun, and they're thinking about firing or trading their head coach.
Well, Steve, why not? Why not, Steve? You're always welcome to talk to me on a show.
Oh, Steve. I love Steve because Steve says that I tell him he's always wrong. I don't always tell him he's wrong. He's wrong a lot just because he's a Packers fan. But I mean, he's pushing this narrative, and he might be right on them trading LaFleur. I'm like, you know what? I can talk about that either when it happens or the Bears are eliminated.
I'll talk about that until it happens, like the Bears breaking ground on a new stadium. I'll talk about it until it happens.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the Packers are yesterday's news. And until they do something, they're yesterday's news. I don't really care. I don't need to speculate about what they're going to do with LaFleur anymore. Like, either they're going to trade him or they're not. They're going to fire him or he doesn't. And when they do something like that, cool, we'll talk about it. But until then, he's still there. Their defensive coordinator is going to be there or he's not. He's either get a head coaching job or a new coach is going to throw him in. Oh, there we go, Vinny. There we go.
There we go. Fuck off.
Yeah.
But to bring up the Packers game, I mean, I was on TikTok at halftime, blah, blah, blah. And I counted them. There's 33 Packers videos saying, hey, Bear fans, how you feeling? Blah, blah, blah. And then it got just quiet. And I was like, well, where are you at? You fucks. Where are you at?
There's some even Eagles fans. Oh, this is funny. The Packers are spanking them. These Bears suck, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. This is awesome. And the Eagles lose too. And it's just like, hate on the Bears all you want. And you tell them they can't win, they still find a way to win. When you tell them they can't be in a game, they're in a game. There were 2 games this year where they really didn't play well and weren't in it. Week 2, and then what was that, week 8 or 9, whatever it was, against Baltimore. And Baltimore, I think the coaching staff got caught with their pants down. They did not expect the Ravens to be healthy. They didn't expect the Ravens to do what they did.
All right.
And that was a lesson. And they learned from that lesson.
Bears make the Super Bowl. I'll watch that. Well,
dude, Vinny, at this point, I really don't give a shit if LaFleur calls plays next year, has Dan Campbell calling them for him, or they hire an OC. It doesn't matter. I could give 2 shits what the Packers do. Honestly, right now at this point, Vinny, love you. I could give 2 shits what the Packers are going to do with their head coach.
Did you say Dan Campbell, Ken?
Yeah, I did that on purpose.
Oh, I was going to say, because he's probably worse than LaFleur calling plays. Oh. Jesus. Oh, good job, Robert. How about you sharing that to the show? That's fine.
Dude, if you bet against Vegas with the Bears this year consistently, you've made a lot of money.
Oh, Vinny. Wow. No, I'm just looking at the other comment. What the fuck, Kenny? Or Vinny? Really, man? Wow. That's a hate comment. Wow.
Because that's a way for them deflecting, Steve. I mean, look at, were we a 4th place team last year? Yeah. Did we play against other 4th place teams? Yeah. How many of those 4th place teams are still in 4th place?
Well, Vinny, the Bears didn't have much of a pass rush either. So welcome to the club.
Yeah. Yeah, see, like I said, it's the excuses.
Yeah, but Orlando, I don't want yes, it's great to have comebacks. It's great. But as you've seen against San Francisco, yes, we had a chance to win that game. We don't want to do it every game.
Look, they've
I
got
would,
I mean, we have a 7-2 success rate on these come from behinds, right? And here's the thing that I like about it though, Woody, though, why fans are excited, and I understand it, and I kind of agree with it. The mentality of this football team is like, I swear, when they go in the locker room at halftime and they're down 3, 10, 20, whatever, they're like, got them right where we want them. They feel that they can win any game in the second half. And until they're proved otherwise, they think they can do it if they have to. It's the mentality that they're never out of a game, no matter how bleak it may look to a fan. These are like, nope, we'll find a way back in it and we'll win it. And they've been right 7 out of 9 times. I mean, that's a pretty good batting average.
finding a new So, Jesus Christ. Wow. So I guess we got to win what, 3 years in a row over 500 with a playoff game to get a new stadium because we're winning. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, well, Vinny doesn't understand the politics in play. The Bears have a new state place to build this stadium. They have a state that politically, and this is where politics and sport unfortunately interact. The state doesn't want to spend any money on any stadium for any team in the state of Illinois because they want to play foo-foo games with the current federal government. That's the most apolitical way I can say that. They would rather put their money into programs to fight against what they believe is bad federal law. Once again, I'm trying to be as apolitical as possible and not give my opinion on it. They've come out and said that. Lawmakers said a stadium for any sports team in Chicago is not even close to being even 10th on our agenda. We don't care. The Bears have the land, and the Bears are only asking, like, hey, give us some tax breaks. You guys build some more infrastructure on the roads and the sewer system and the stuff that cities and states normally take care of. Give us some tax breaks, and we'll fund the stadium. We're not asking for $200 million to build it. We're saying give us some tax breaks, and you guys, improve the infrastructure around the area, and we're good. The state of Illinois says, no, we don't need to give you breaks because we need money to do these other projects we want, so we can't afford to give you breaks. So the Bears are saying, okay, fine. Then how about you get zero money, and we'll go to Indiana, which, oh, by the way, they're going to give us the land and give us every tax break known to man. And, oh, by the way, Halas Hall is not going to be 2 hours away from the new stadium, so we'll probably end up moving that there too. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I don't think any of the players are going to want to live up in the Lake Forest area or the northwest suburbs up there anymore because that'd be 2 hours away. So most of them are going to move to Hammond, Indiana. So you're losing more tax dollars. And, oh, by the way, all that jock tax money you make on game day? Yep, that's going away too. That's the case in Chicago. It's politics. The Bears have more than enough support within the fan base and everyone else to get the stadium built. It's just the state government says, we will not give you a single tax break, and we will not do anything to help with building up the infrastructure of the area where you're building the stadium. So it's almost like they want the Bears to improve the roads, the sewer, the electric, and everything else that the city or state should be, or the county should be responsible for. They want the Bears to pay for. So the Bears are like, what, do we look like we're stupid? We're not going to pay for all that. And Vinny, you're preaching to the Woody, and I will agree with you all day on that. That's one thing where a Packers fan and a Bears fan would agree.
Yeah.
So I love it when Packer fans think, oh, we're going to make fun of them, Gary Bears. Ha, ha, ha. Dude, Bears fans, some of them are really pissed off, and rightfully so, but they're not pissed off at the team. There might be a few that don't understand the politics and the money piece of it. But those who understand the politics and the money piece are like, go to fucking Gary, dude. We get it. Oh, they won't be the Chicago Bears anymore. Well, the New York Giants and the New York Jets still the New York Giants and Jets because they play in Jersey? Yeah. Are the Niners still San Francisco even though they play in Santa Clara? Yeah. Does Detroit? Well, actually, Detroit does play downtown again, don't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I look at if the Bears win the Super Bowl, does that put a little more pressure? I'm going to try to bail you out here, Vinny. If the Bears win the Super Bowl, does that put more pressure on the state to give the tax breaks? Yeah, it does. It does. So I
He
mean,
knows the policy. You
yeah, Steve.
know what, Steve? I trade LaFleur to Miami for a first rounder. That's what I would do. I know the policy as well.
I mean, look, if the Bears go to Gary, they're gonna get everything they want, and they'll still be the Chicago Bears. They'll just play in Gary. Look at for those who are old enough to remember, um, and I know we've got a few here that were. We heard about this back in the '80s. That's how we got the spaceship. Like Nettie knows. Nettie was around. That's how we got the spaceship that landed in Soldier Field in '86, '87, actually even '85. The Bears wanted to get a new stadium, and they had threatened to move to Gary back in the '80s. And then finally, the state acquiesced and the city acquiesced, and they did the renovation. That's why the Bears played in Champaign-Urbana for a season. Now, the Soldier Field is one of the lowest seating capacities in the league. Normally has one of the worst playing surfaces in the league. Why? Because the city of Chicago maintains it, and they put the bare minimum amount of money into it because once again, they want to spend their money on other things, even though the Bears are paying them tons of money to do it. They put the money into other things that they want to do politically. So I don't. If the Bears move to Gary, I don't blame them. No, they won't.
Mm-mm.
They won't. I mean, it's like when the Green Bay Packers played in Milwaukee. They were
It's
still the
not
Green
going to be
Bay
called
Packers.
it's not going to be called the Gary Bears.
Yeah, it's not.
Oh man!
See, there we go.
even if they move the Gary, right, and they're still called the Chicago Bears, there's still going to be people. Hey, Gary Bears.
Remember, Gary, Indiana is part of the Chicago metropolitan area. So, you know, is what it is. I mean, I think though, like, where Vinny has the point, like, let's say the Bears go to an NFC championship game or they go to a Super Bowl, does that put more pressure on the state government? It does, but in normal times. But in what's going on politically in Illinois right now, I don't think the Bears winning the Super Bowl makes a difference with the politicians in Springfield. I don't think they.
And the thing to Orlando, I mean, the way where Green Bay plays now, obviously they're not going to get a Super Bowl because they're outside. But I really can't see Chicago Bears, let alone Green Bay Packers, getting an indoor stadium. It's going to be weird.
No, they never will. And
No,
Steve, yeah, Gary is not the most beautiful place in the world, right? But check this out. You put a $1 billion stadium there with everything that goes with the hotels and everything. You move Halas Hall there. You now players are moving into Hammond. What do you think happens? A massive influx of money. All of a sudden, Gary and Hammond, Indiana, transform overnight. They really do.
it's just crazy to think that say if the Bears move to Gary and still call the Chicago Bears, that they have two baseball teams and one sucks handedly was the White Sox.
Yep.
It'll be strange because I remember years ago there were rumors that Bears or Chicago wanted two football teams, which was crazy. But that
Even
would be
last
too
year.
weird.
Well,
Yeah,
even
that'd be
last year they were talking about Cincinnati coming to Chicago and being the Chicago Bengals and being an AFC team in Chicago. And then, of course, the city and state of Ohio, the city of Cincinnati and the state of Ohio said, "Oh wait, we'll give the Bengals what they need to improve the stadium and keep them there and get a new lease." They get it. LA got it when they put the money, gave the Rams the tax break. What the Bears want to do is not much different what the Rams did in LA. They're just like, just give us the tax breaks and work the infrastructure, and we'll take care of the rest.
Oh, Steve, we don't want to go to fucking South Bend but that'll be good. It'll show a team that's in a division, not one that can't choose on a conference.
Even South Bend gets better, and that's the other thing too. People like, oh, I mean, look, you're not that far from South Bend. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of Notre Dame people who go to Bears games now. Now there'll be guys, not in the Bears. You think about, they're going to chew into the Indiana fan base that's kind of split with the Colts right now, and that little section of Michigan where some of them work in Chicago and already are Bears fans, and South Bend, that whole little area there is going to the Bears will have a deeper imprint in the region by moving to Gary. Actually, no, because then JB won't have anything. Can't talk about the water to actually fix it.
Yeah.
Indiana, I mean, dude, think about it, man. If you're the governor of Indiana, already said, dude, I'll give you the land, the tax breaks, whatever the hell you want, and he'll have 2 NFL. Who would think that Indiana would have 2 NFL franchises within it, and one of them being one of the most historic franchises in the NFL being the Bears, and the Colts are pretty historic too, actually, if you think about
Yep.
it. Illinois needs to do something, and really, like I said, if the Bears go to a Super Bowl, does that force state government hand a little bit more? If they actually care what the fans think, and they don't.
My college, I suck. I already know that, but at least we're in a conference.
Oh, geez, here we go.
No,
I mean, but that's just it, and that's the other reason people come. Well, the Bears don't even know where their home's going to be. Well, it's going to be a Soldier Field until they figure this out. But that's not affecting football operations. I'm looking forward to this weekend, Woody. I'm just tired of the disrespect that we're getting as a franchise right now.
we'll get disrespect too if we win this weekend. It's too well, bud. So no, just shrug it off.
We'll be talking about this game, the Sunday night's game, obviously in a ton of detail. Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central, noon for you East Coasters. There's some other good games. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just laughing because you said us East Coasters. It's the only time zone that should be invented, buddy.
Oh,
Hey, when they stop daylight savings time.
So I grew up in Chicago, obviously, and I lived on the East Coast for a while.
Dartmouth.
I got used to East Coast time.
Oh man.
You know what my biggest complaint about East Coast time is? Monday Night Football gets done at like midnight versus 11.
Well,
Central is better for live sporting events than East.
Well, when I went out to California for my stepdaughter's surgery,
that's terrible. 10 a.m.
Right. I was at the bar at 10 a.m. watching the Bears Niners game in 2020.
That's what I'm saying. For in the Central time zone, dude, you're at the bar at noon for a game. That's perfect.
Right.
And your football day is over by 11 p.m. versus 12 or 12:30 in the morning. Yeah, Swift has proven himself. There's no change that coming there. No dynasty yet. Let's not do that to the Bears.
No.
Barry, I know you'll be here on Sunday. Oh, Vinny's working. What, the Air Force made him work on a weekend? Oh my God. Boy, you on the golf course? Are you driving the caddy this weekend for the general? I mean, geez. I didn't think the chair force worked on weekends.
Are you covering the barracks while the soldiers are at church?
No, they don't have barracks. They have dormitories.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right, Stanford. Sorry.
Oh, do you keep Swift in your dynasty? Yeah, you do. You do. He's gonna be useful next year.
Yep.
Vinny's gonna be mad at me now because I'm making fun of the chair force. That's Kim Army. I'm allowed to. Guys, thanks for being with us tonight. Keep the faith. I think the Bears are going to do really well this weekend. There's a lot of good football to watch on Saturday and Sunday. We even get into that as much. I just think that the Saturday the game times are normal. Sunday they're offset for whatever weird reason.
An hour.
Yeah. AFC on Saturday. Enjoy the AFC game. Some good contests there. Sunday we'll find out who we're going to play in the NFC Championship before we play our game. I'm willing a Bears win here, so roll with me.
There you go.
Yeah. So guys, we'll see you Sunday. What do you want to close us out? You got anything?
Nope. All I'm going to say is join my page, Woody Bear Down. Follow up on everything, and all I have to say is bear the fuck down.